Hi, my name is Prachi Taneja. I have just created a channel called Prachi T Psychology. So I have an interest in the psych field because I've completed classes for the subject, and I am very fond of the subject, and I hope you'll gain something out of my lectures. Okay, so the first topic I want to talk about is that the brain has power. And according to data collection, it has shown that the brain speed is 30 times faster than the average IBM Sequoia, which is a software base in computers. They say that the bigger the brain, the smarter the animal. They say that the brain takes up almost 400 calories per day just to function, although the body itself probably uses more. Gray matter are the neurons found within the brain along with the myelin sheath, which is a part of the neuron along with the axons. So basically, gray matter is found in the neurons, and along with the myelin sheath and the axons, that is the reason the brain is functioning. Now, why do we have emotions? There are two components. There are physical and there are mental. Physically, we feel a bodily response, and that causes us to feel an emotion such as crying, laughter, or worry, which can lead to sweating. Now, the mental emotion is where we are mentally thinking our thought process. The next is developing emotions. Now, as a child from birth to up to 4 to 5 years old, we kind of grow and develop as children. And by the age of 3, that's when we really start to notice the world and we gain the confidence to be independent and we're kind of going our way. But before that, in childhood and as a baby, we're kind of getting used to the environment. We're kind of testing the waters, not physically ourselves, but the brain itself is developing in such a way. And the next is why do we dream? Sometimes they say that dreaming, some people say like, oh, I didn't get a dream today, but it's impossible because everybody dreams. Everybody has dreamed before. And there are 5 kinds of dreaming states. The first is beta, the next is alpha, the next is theta, and the next is gamma. So there are 4 kinds of waves. Beta is a fast and low amplitude wave that makes you feel engaged and awake. So basically, it's a low amplitude wave that we feel while we are engaged in something and we're awake. There is still some sort of gamma wave that is going on because our body is still kind of in rest. We are still kind of resting. The next is alpha waves. These are at a slower pace, but they also happen when we're awake, but we are more relaxed. For example, you're going through a part of your day where you're just sitting, lounging, just taking a break. So that's alpha. The next is theta. Theta is when we have slow and long waves, and when we're resting, but only when we are fast asleep and not dreaming. So these are slower and longer waves, but we are fast to sleep. That means we're sleeping, but we're not quite yet dreaming yet. It's like maybe sleeping throughout the day, like taking a nap. And finally, the next is gamma. This occurs when we are dreaming, and when we are dreaming, it allows our neural connections to form even more. Now, some say like, oh, I didn't dream today, but everybody dreams. Regardless of whether we remember it or not, we might be in such a deep sleep that we don't remember. Next, they're saying that chimps and humans are very similar in mind because they are both intelligent creatures. And the brain is free to explore new connections on its own. The brain has that neuroplasticity, that flexibility to form its own new connections. Now, the stomach is like your second brain. They say your gut health and your brain health go hand in hand. The stomach is like your second brain. It's your brain and your stomach are like connected. So it kind of depends on if you're eating something that can affect the way you process things depending on the way you eat, because there's bacteria in the brain, in the gut, that influences your brain health. And the next is that the brain stores both short-term and long-term memory. Short-term memory is found within the prefrontal cortex, and long-term memory is both implicit and explicit. Implicit memory is unconscious memory, such as our muscle memory, and explicit memory is our conscious memory, which can be either episodic or semantic. Semantic means more factual, episodic means for that given time and place, for that episode. All right, so this is the first topic I had talked about, that the brain has power. Thank you.